So for example, I can go here. Let's go to that project, which is somewhere around here. Sorry, I don't see. Oh, sorry, here. um, so I'm just gonna go into the README and I'm gonna edit this file here, like assuming it was another developer testing on the tutorial. So as you can see, I'm changing just a file. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm update the readme file. And if I want a description, just in case, this is just a test to check the commits on GitKraken. I can say I want to commit it directly to the master. We are just gonna look at this. We don't care about the other things, and I'm gonna hit commit. This will make the change. So you see it here. Now my README has this change. If I go to my local computer, like Git doesn't work automatically. If I go to my project and here and I open my README, you will notice that I don't have that change that I just made, right? So I will have to go into GitKraken, and you see, I didn't need to do the fetch. That's pretty much the cases. You don't need to do fetch unless there's like a huge change or your internet is slow. It will show you that, okay, look, someone did an update in the README file. And I can see what they did. It's telling me that it was committed by me through GitHub. And it says update the README file. This is just a test, blah, 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 the description. And I can see what's the change. I can see, oh, okay, they changed that README, and I can pull that change. So pulling that change, what it will do is it will bring those changes into my local version. So now if we go back into our README, you will see here is my testing on the tutorial. Nice, right? Like this is pretty good. So imagine you are doing lots of things with a lot of teams, like with your team, and you will be able to get those changes just by hitting that button. Now let's do the same, but we will do it like the other way. So here we will say thanks for the changes on the README, which I will then remove. But you see, I saved it. As soon as I saved it, Git will like recognize, oh, you did a change. So the changes here will be shown when you made them. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna make a new file here. Test file, and this is test. Save, and I'm gonna close it. You will see here I have these two files. So whenever you see this green plus, it means that I created that file. It's something that didn't exist in the origin remote repository, and I created it in my local. And this one, when it has like that yellow pencil, it means that I just edited a file that already existed. There's a red one, I'm gonna show it like later, that means that you deleted. And there's a blue one that means that you moved, you just moved the file from one location to another. All of these changes are tracked by Git, which is pretty good for you because you wanna keep everything consistent. So what you will usually do is, okay, yeah, I see these changes. You want to make sure you made these changes because Unity, as it is too powerful, it sometimes creates a lot of things in the background that you probably don't want to commit sometimes. So make sure that you always check what you are committing. So in this case, I know I created this file, so I'm gonna stage it, and I also changed and I modified this file, so I'm gonna stage. So what I do first, I stage my changes, and then I can add a message. So I will say, this is just a test, and I will remove later. And I can hit commit. When I committed, is just going, as you can see here, that the little like PC icon is just going to my local computer, to my local branch. So those changes are saved in my computer, but no one else knows them. Like if I go again here and I refresh this page, no changes have been made. That's because I need to push them if I want them to be on the server. But remember, before you push, you will always have to pull. These are like the best practice I was talking. So you make sure you first maybe fetch to see if there was any change. Maybe they change exactly the same that you change here. So you don't wanna send the same change, or maybe override something that someone else did. So you make sure there's no changes, or if it is and you wanna check, you can just pull, and it will like this will make a merge to see if everything was right. In this case, because there's nothing else, it's good. We will do maybe another test later where I will change something and it will make a merge conflict. Okay, so now that I'm sure that I did this and I want to commit it, I just have to hit push, and it will take some time and it will be there. And if I go back here, I will see my new line. Awesome. So now we know how we can pull, push, and like basically work with Git. So that's the basic. If you know this, like up to this point, you will be able to have a version control of your software, and keep track of all your changes. And like you can do it, and you can work with someone else because you know how to pull and push changes. Let's say, for example, I want to go back. I want to see how the README was. Of course, something more interesting than that. But I want to see how things were at the beginning, right? So, for example, let's say I want to go. Okay, yeah. For this, I'm gonna show you guys the project that we will be working on, so I can have like way better examples. So let's go into the website. Here is the end of this part of the tutorial. Then we will go to the part 2, but that will be